Hi everybody, today we're going to do a few more examples with linear equations in lesson 5 here. So a quick recap of our three different ways we can write linear equations. Okay, we have the general form in which everything is on one side and zero is on the other side. The key things with the general form is that you cannot have fractions, so I'll say no fractions, and the coefficient, your a value, your coefficient on the x term right here has to be a positive number. So a has to be positive. Okay. The y-intercept form, just like it sounds like, it's useful when you have the slope and the y-intercept. So if you have those two things, okay, and this is designated by, the slope is designated by m, and the y-intercept is the b in the equation. So there's the m, there's the b. Okay, the slope point form, is very useful. Okay, because as long as you have the slope, so slope and any other point, you which is on here, x1, y1. Okay, you can graph. You can come up with the equation for that. Okay, so let's do a few more examples here. All right, so we're given example number 1 here. We're given a point P and Q. Okay, and determine the equation in general form. So always underline what form the question is asking you to put your equation in. Okay, so we have a line passing through these 2 points, and we want an equation of that line. So I'm just going to do a quick sketch here, just off to the side. You don't need to do this, but I encourage you to do it just because once you know what your graph is going to look like, you're less likely to make certain mistakes here. Okay, so really quickly, P is 1, 2, 3. A rough sketch here. Okay, -1. There's P. Okay, 3, comma -1, and Q is -2 and -6. So 1, 2, and then maybe 3, 4, 5, 6. Rough sketch here. That's Q. -2, comma -6. And then always put once you have 2 points, you have a line. So more or less, I have my rough sketch here, so I know that the slope's going to be positive. Anyway, just a few things to think about. So if my answer has a negative slope, then I probably did it wrong. All right, so again, I need the slope here before I can go ahead and use any of the equations above. So how do I get slope? Well, the slope is just m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. All right, and then just go ahead and fill in. I'll make this the second one, make this the first one. So that's going to be y2 is going to be -1 minus 3 over, oh, I made a mistake there. Not minus 3, but minus -6, so plus 6, and then 3 minus -2, so 3 plus 2 on the bottom, and my slope is going to be 5 over 5, which is just going to be a +1. Nice and convenient there. That's good. All right, so once I have my slope, there's my m. I can use any of the points, any of the 2 points, and use my slope point form equation to come up with the equation for the line. So again, y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. Okay, so let's go ahead and fill in all our information here. So y, all right, which coordinate am I going to use? So it doesn't matter. You can use either one of these two. I'll use this one over here. So it's going to be y plus 1. Okay, okay, equals, and then the slope is going to be 1, so I'm not even going to write it down. And I don't need my bracket if there's nothing there, so x minus positive 3 there, so it's going to be x minus 3. Okay, so that coordinate 1 and 3 comes from the point P up here. Okay, now all I need to do is just rearrange this guy into general form, which means that I want everything on this side to be 0 and everything over on this side. So it's going to be x minus y minus 4. All right, there's your equation in general form. Let's do another one. Determine the equation in general form of a line through the point. Okay, there's my point, and is perpendicular to this other line that has this equation. So the key word here is perpendicular. So as long as I get the slope of this line, I have the slope of my line that I'm looking for. So let's use this information here. I'll do it on the side here to get the slope of this line. To get the slope, I need to rearrange it into y-intercept form. So let's go ahead and do that. So it's going to be negative 5y equals negative 3x minus 17. Okay, keep going here. Y equals 3 over 5x plus 17 over 5. The only thing I'm interested from this is going to be the slope here. So my line is perpendicular to this line, which means the slope of my line is going to be negative 5 over 3. Okay, because you take the negative reciprocal. All right, now that I have the point again up here and the slope, I'm going to jump into one of my equations. The key thing here is knowing which equation to use, and of course if I have any point and a slope, I'm going to use point slope form. So again, I'll write it out. Y minus y1 equals mx minus x1, and then I have y minus 0, so I'll just leave it as it is there. M is negative 5 over 3, x, and then minus 5. Okay, I'm going to multiply everything by 3. So I'll get 3y, because again, I'm looking for general form. I forgot to mention that. Always underline that there, because otherwise I can just leave my answer here, and this would be correct if they didn't specify which form. But because it's in general form, you have to rearrange it. All right, so 3y equals negative 5x. Oops, let me keep the same color here. Negative 5. Where did my 5 go? Negative 5 there. Okay, so 3y equals negative 5x plus 25. I'll get the x over here because I want it positive, get the 25 on the other side, so I'll get 5x plus 3y minus 25 equals 0. There it is in general form. Okay, find the equation in general form of a line perpendicular to this line and the same x-intercept as this line. So almost the same question. Okay, let's go ahead and use this information. Again, underline general form. Let's use this line to get our line. So I'll do that off to the side here. So negative 7y equals negative 5x plus 10. Excuse me. Y equals 5 over 7x minus 10 over 7. So again, the only thing I'm interested in from this here is this slope. So the slope of our line is negative 7 over 5. Double check that to make sure it's correct. Okay, good. All right, so I'll circle that, and then I need to get a point, of course. I need to get a point, so I'm going to use the second piece of information, is that our line has the same x-intercept as this line. Okay, no problem. So I'm just going to calculate the x-intercept from this line. Again, I'll do that over here to the side. How do I do that? Well, we're going way back to a couple units ago. I just make y equals 0 in order to get the x-intercept. So if I have x minus 2y minus 12 equals 0, I'm going to substitute a 0 in there to get my x-intercept, and that is because the coordinates of the x-intercept are going to be some value of x comma 0. Okay, comma 0. So x, that just disappears, minus 12 equals 0, x equals 12. Okay, so the y-intercept is going to be, sorry, the point I'm looking for, the x-intercept is going to be 12 comma 0. All right, so I got my two pieces of information here. There's the point, there's the slope. Okay, so, and then right away just jump into your point slope form. Y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. Okay, y minus 0, so I'll leave that again. Y minus 0 there equals m negative 7 over 5, x minus 12. Multiply everything by 5. 5y equals negative 7. I'm going to distribute right away, plus 84. Okay, I'm skipping a lot of algebra here. I'm hoping everybody's comfortable with me jumping just to this step. If you need extra help, you need to just review how to distribute and how to get rid of the denominator. That's just going way back to grade 8 and grade 9. So hopefully everybody's okay with that. Come see me if you're not. And we're almost done here. So just need to make the x positive here. Move everything over to one side. So it's going to be 7x plus 5y minus 84 equals 0. All right, there's my answer. Okay, so hopefully everybody's okay with all the three methods that we're using. So next class we're going to be doing these exercises, and then we have one more lesson to go before our test. So thanks guys for watching, and see you next time.